It was a conspiracy against me, literally, by Epstein and other people. It's time now for the country to maybe get onto something else.
But I don't understand why the Jeffrey Epstein case would be of interest to anybody. It's pretty boring stuff.
Trump is so eager for all of this to go away. Here's what he said yesterday when he was asked about Epstein in the Oval Office.
I think it's really time for the country to get onto something else. Now that nothing came out about me, but I think it's time now for the country to maybe get onto something else.
Yes, sir. I think it's time to turn the page. Unfortunately, you're on the next page too. You're like on 5,000 of the pages.
For years, Donald Trump has tried to create as much distance as possible between himself and Jeffrey Epstein. At rallies and during interviews, he has repeatedly insisted, "I wasn't a fan. I barely knew him. We had a falling out a long time ago."
I have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. And in fact, if you look at the DOJ, they announced, they released 3 million pages. It's like this is all they're supposed to be doing. And frankly, the DOJ, I think, should just say, we have other things to do, because that whole thing's turned out, other than Bill Clinton and, Bill Gates and lots of people there are a lot of questions about it, but nothing on me.
No, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to lunch with my daughter wife.
In at least 3 different public appearances, Trump went even further, declaring, "I never took photos with him. That never happened. Those are all fake."
The most powerful man in the world is blocking information about a cabal of the rich, the famous, and the royal, befriending a con man who regularly flies off in his private plane to his private island or do super illegal sex stuff.
That statement about never appearing in photographs with Epstein is clear, absolute, and easy to verify. If proven false, it becomes especially damaging. Stephen Colbert decided to put that claim to the test.
Epstein says that Trump, quote, knew about the girls. That prompted Republicans to accuse Democrats of cherry picking. Let's pause there for a second. Guys, I'm going to say for this one, maybe go with a different fruit.
What Colbert uncovered created a serious problem for Trump because the photographs are authentic, not fabricated. They are preserved in the archives of Getty Images and the Associated Press, complete with documented dates and locations. During his show, Colbert displayed them one after another on national television, allowing viewers to watch Trump's denial unravel in real time.
Obvious he was going to lose, Trump posted, "House Republicans should vote to release the Epstein files because we have nothing to hide. I don't care. All I do care about is that Republicans get back on point." Trump's name appeared over 1,600 times. Wow, the 60, that's a big number. What numbers are less than that?
900, 600, 500, 1,200.
Colbert stepped onto the stage and said, "The president says he barely knew Jeffrey Epstein. Let's take a look." Moments later, the first image appeared behind him. It showed Trump and Epstein together at Mar-a-Lago in 1997. Both looked relaxed, smiling comfortably while standing close together. It was not the kind of brief encounter you'd expect between strangers at a crowded event. Instead, it showed 2 men appearing entirely at ease in each other's company as someone captured the moment. Colbert offered almost no commentary. He simply let the image remain on screen while the audience took it in. After a pause, he remarked, "Barely knew him," with just enough sarcasm to let the photograph make the point on its own. For anyone raised in a time when photographs were viewed as straightforward evidence rather than something open to endless interpretation, the implication was obvious. 2 people photographed together were, at the very least, together. The instant that first image appeared, Colbert understood what many viewers immediately recognized. Trump's claim that no photographs existed was about to face a difficult test. Then came the second photograph. It showed Trump and Epstein at a Manhattan party in 2000, surrounded by women. Both appeared cheerful, laughing, and enjoying the occasion. Once again, Colbert allowed the audience to examine the image before dryly commenting, "Just casual acquaintances." The third photograph followed soon after. Different event, different setting, but the same 2 men standing together once again. Colbert observed, "That's quite a few photos for someone you barely know." By this point, the audience had largely stopped laughing. Instead, they watched as the images formed a visible timeline. Rather than portraying someone who scarcely knew Epstein, the photographs showed Trump attending the same social circles, appearing at the same gatherings, and being photographed beside Epstein repeatedly over several years. Quick reminder, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the button. It only takes a couple of seconds. And if you're already subscribed, thank you. Your support makes videos like this possible. Back to the evidence. Even photographs, some might argue, could be dismissed by saying two people simply happened to attend the same events. But Colbert didn't stop with the pictures. He then displayed Trump's own words from a 2002 New York Magazine profile. In that interview, Trump said, "I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with." He continued, "It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side."
Here's what Donald Trump said to New York Magazine about Epstein in 2002. "I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It's even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do. And many of them are on the younger side. No doubt about it. Jeffrey enjoys his social."
Colbert read the quotation carefully, placing particular emphasis on the phrase, younger side. The audience reacted with audible surprise, because these were not words taken out of context or reinterpreted. They were Trump's own published remarks from 2002, describing a man he now says he barely knew. The contrast between the denial and the documented record became increasingly difficult to overlook. Trump said, "I never took photos with him, yet multiple authenticated photographs show them together." Trump said, "I barely knew him," yet his own 2002 interview states, "I've known Jeff for 15 years." Trump said, "I wasn't a fan," yet in that same interview, he described Epstein as a terrific guy and a lot of fun to be with. Either those earlier statements slipped from Trump's memory, or he believed few people would revisit them. Colbert's segment leaned toward the latter explanation, because none of the material required secret sources or investigative breakthroughs. The photographs remain archived, the magazine interview is publicly available, and anyone with an internet connection can locate both within minutes. That is the challenge of denying events that have already been documented. Cameras preserve moments, and written records preserve words, even years later. Trump's defense appeared to rely on the assumption that few people would search old archives, revisit decades-old interviews, or compare today's statements with yesterday's evidence. Colbert did exactly that. He located the photographs, presented Trump's own published comments, and laid everything out before a national television audience. No hidden files, no anonymous insiders, no speculation, only publicly accessible records and Trump's own statements from more than 2 decades ago. The individual who claimed he never appeared in photographs with Jeffrey Epstein can be seen in multiple archived images alongside him. The person who claimed he barely knew Epstein once publicly said he had known him for 15 years. Photographs preserve what happened. Published interviews preserve what was said. When both point in one direction, while a later denial points in another, that denial inevitably faces greater scrutiny. Trump said, "Never." The documented record suggests otherwise. Subscribe to World Movement. We revisit the footage others overlook, examine the public record carefully, and highlight patterns that often become clearer with time.